If you believe that you need to hide your jealousy and insecurity because you think that it's going to cause a man to lose attraction for you, you've got it backwards. There is definitely a way that you can share your jealousy and insecurity where your man will lose a lot of attraction for you, where he will be pushed away. But there is also a way where you can share these feelings in a way that activates him into caring for you, into protecting you, into shifting his behaviors, the behaviors that are causing the jealousy and insecurity, so that he can protect you and take care of you the way that a man is supposed to. Hello, I am Zach Rohde, and I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams by learning how to inspire a man into cherishing you, all by using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that below, hit the notification bell, and be sure to like this video because I'm going to make it a good one for you. All right, so I'm here to bust this myth for you. You don't have to hide your negative feelings. Not even jealousy and not even insecurity, which women will often believe are really like yucky feelings. I shouldn't be sharing these because of course a man's not going to like me. Of course it's going to push him away. It's going to make me weak. It's going to make me look like I'm too sensitive, too emotional. What man would like that? You got it completely backwards. Your feelings, even these feelings of jealousy and insecurity, they're beautiful. They are beautiful to a man who cares about you, as long as you're sharing them in the right way. Yes, of course, if you are feeling insecurity, which is really anxiety, right? That's what that is. It's fear, maybe even terror. If you are feeling that because of something that your man has done, and you take that out by going into questioning him or judging him or getting clingy with him, then yes, of course that's going to push him away, right? Those are patterns, those are behavior patterns that are repulsive to a man. And I say the word repulsive, yeah, that can seem pretty heavy, but it is, right? Just like if he did that with you, of course that's going to push you away. if he's judging and blaming you and getting all clingy with you, yeah, that is repulsive. But the feelings themselves that you are experiencing, that's not repulsive. Those feelings are beautiful. And the same with jealousy, right? So if a man is, I don't know, let's just say that he's talking to a girl. And let's say that he's not actually putting in any sexual energy into the conversation. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, really doesn't matter. You might feel jealousy. Of course, that would be natural. And you might feel some anxiety. Some level of insecurity has come up in you as a perfectly normal response for a woman to have in that kind of situation. Now, if you play it cool, let's say, like it's just not a really that big a deal. So you're hiding those feelings from him because you think that they are unattractive, that they will just push him away and make him want to do those kind of behaviors even more. What you're doing is you are stepping out of your feminine self-worth because you're hiding. You're not being real with him. You are believing that the real you is not enough, that the real you is not attractive. The real you is unbelievably attractive as long as you can communicate it in the right way and as long as you're choosing to be confident in that real self, right? Like a woman who's fully in her self-worth, who's fully confident in herself, she's going to share everything because she knows that she is worthy enough to be taken care of. She knows that her feelings are valuable and important and worthy, so she's not going to hide them. My job is to help you understand that so that you can start shifting into your feminine self-worth, because that is ultimately what is going to inspire a man into taking care of you. And the big bottleneck here is that you don't believe fully how beautiful your feelings are. And the other part of this bottleneck is that you don't know how to share them in the right way. But actually the bigger piece to this is that you just don't have that belief that your feelings are beautiful and that they're important. Because imagine this future you where whenever a man does anything where you feel some jealousy, you feel some anxiety, like you feel like he might abandon you or like someone else more or whatever the situation is Instead of hiding or blaming or judging or going into a line of questioning or any other control pattern, you just come up to him and you share those feelings and you ask him for help with those feelings. You let down all of your guards and just expose your heart to him. That is inspiring to any man who cares about you. Now, will that be inspiring to every single man on the planet? No. No, it won't. Because there's some men that really don't care enough about you. You might even be with such a man right now. You might be in a relationship that you really shouldn't be in, or you might be dating a man then you really shouldn't be dating him. But if you are, or if you have in the past, the question is, why are you with someone who doesn't find you amazing? Who doesn't value your feelings the way that you need a man to value them? Again, this is about self-worth. If you were fully in your feminine self-worth, you wouldn't stick around with that kind of man. You would just share your feelings vulnerably, and if a man doesn't care, then you just leave. Because you know that you deserve better. So if you've stuck around, or if you're sticking around with that kind of man, it's because you don't believe on the deepest level that you deserve better, and or you are afraid that you'll never find such a man who will actually take care of your feelings. You will. You definitely will. If you learn how to communicate your feelings, if you learn how to communicate your needs, if you learn feminine communication, if you learn how to shift your energy out of hiding or out of blaming or out of questioning, and you learn true vulnerability. Now, here's the thing though. You might have tried being vulnerable, or what women think is vulnerable. You might have even said the words that you're feeling insecure or that you're feeling jealous. A lot of women will cover that up and do it in other ways, like blaming, like, why are you doing that? Why are you talking to her? That kind of thing, and not sharing feelings at all. But some women will actually share the feeling. And some women will get a good response from that. But other women, and this might have been you didn't get a good response when you tried sharing that feeling. Let's say it was jealousy. You shared that you feel jealous. And your man's like, oh, you shouldn't be jealous. Like, you're just being insecure. Some very undevotional response like that. Because the way that a man should respond to that, even if you don't communicate that perfectly, is, okay, tell me about the jealousy. I really care. I want to help you. What happened for that jealousy to come up? And then you share all about it, and you're able to open up, and you feel that safety, and then he provides you that care and provides you that reassurance, and maybe takes accountability for something that he shouldn't have done and shifts his behavior. But if you didn't get that, and instead you're just dismissed, your feelings were minimalized, they're just made to be wrong in some kind of way, now you are taught that it's not safe for you to share your feelings, and that a man's not going to like it when you share your feelings, and that you shouldn't do it. And so then you're going to do it less in the future. And if that's the lesson that you took from a bad experience like that, now you're shifting more out of your self-worth. That's a really big problem. Your journey needs to always be shifting more into your self-worth. That's the path. That's the destination. More and more and more into your self-worth over time. But the only way that you are going to do that is by learning how to communicate vulnerably in the right way. Because there's a million ways, and I've seen it all. I've experienced it all as a man, right? Like, I've dated a lot of women, and I've also been with my wife for 8 years now. So I've pretty much seen it all and felt it all and experienced it all. And I can tell you with authority that most women, most of the time, are not communicating their feelings properly, even if they are sharing the actual feeling of jealousy or anxiety. There's so many things that you can be doing that are subtly pushing a man away, right? Like, you could share that with a little bit of blame, or energetically. You could share it with a little bit of this victim energy. You could be sharing it with a little bit of this expectation that he does something about it. You could be sharing without asking for help, right? You could be sharing by just putting it on him in some way where you're energetically penetrating him. There's so many things that you can be doing. And you think that you're truly being vulnerable. You think that you're truly being respectful to him. And believe me, I know that you're trying your best. Like my clients in my academy program, they are trying their best. It's just they weren't taught any better, right? Their father didn't teach them. Their mother didn't teach them. Probably if they've been with an expert coach, they didn't teach them even, especially if it's a woman coach, because they can't. Women coaches can be great in a lot of ways, but what they can't do is sense how a man is energetically responding, right? Like how it feels like to be in a man's body when a woman is communicating in a certain way. But a man can, right? So a man can pick up on all of these subtleties and see the ways that a woman is actually not fully in her self-worth. She's not energetically fully letting go. Because letting go is what is energetically feminine. Feminine energy is letting go and opening up. It's letting go of all the guards around your heart and sharing, exposing yourself, exposing what's in your heart without trying to get any outcome whatsoever. And there's all kinds of ways where you're sharing about your experience and you think that you're truly letting go, but you're not. So for example, one of the things that women will say is like when a woman's jealous, there's going to be some sadness mixed in, maybe some anger. And she'll say like, I feel really hurt. Well, hurt's not a feeling. Hurt's a judgment. It's actually blame. And if you've ever done this isn't your fault. Like, listen, there's actually therapists, there's psychiatrists, there's psychologists, there's coaches that are teaching women to communicate this way and telling men that they feel really hurt when he does this. They're teaching them to communicate in a way that is going to push away devotion, that's going to cause a man to not care about their feelings. So that's not your fault if that's happened to you. Like this is so pervasive in our society. You're sharing feelings that aren't actually feelings. You think you're being vulnerable when you're not actually being vulnerable. And then of course you don't get the response that you want and need. And instead, you start to develop the belief or strengthen the belief that your feelings don't matter to a man because you're not getting good responses. When really, your feelings, even these feelings like jealousy and insecurity, matter so much to a man. If he cares about you, if he's not like a real legit sociopath or narcissist, when you communicate in a way that activates his compassion for you and gets him to see himself, see how he's not being accountable, see how he's not fully protecting your heart, because that's his job. It's to protect your heart. It's to keep your heart safe so that you can fully let go. It's a co-creation. Like I'm talking about how you're, basically screwing up here. But the man, any man that you're with is screwing up just as much because he's not leading you in the way that you need. So this is a co-creation. In an ideal world with an ideal man, he would be leading you out of anything you're doing to push him away and leading you into behaviors that are inspiring him. And if you're not getting that level of leadership, that level of care, that makes things a lot harder for you. Because you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what to do right. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to share my feelings. I don't know what I should share. I don't know what I should deal with myself. That's really confusing for a woman. And what's that going to do? That's going to masculinize you. Because if you're really confused about how to show up, you're going to be controlling yourself in so many different ways. And if you're controlling yourself, what are you not doing? You're not letting go. And if you're not letting go, what are you not being? You're not being feminine. You're not in your feminine energy. And if you're not in your feminine energy, you're not going to be inspiring him into taking care of you. And that's the co-creation. This is how you break it. I'm here to help you break it. What you need is a man to show you exactly what you're doing wrong. A man who gets this. A man who can feel it in you. Feel when you are controlling in these subtle or not so subtle ways with your communication and with your energy. This is what we do in our academy program. Not just me, my entire team. We show you exactly where you're controlling, where your communication is off. We lovingly correct you. We show you how to shift it. We show you the words. We practice with you the words. We help you let go. We create that safety for you to let go. And then you start practicing it with a man. a man that you're dating, a man you're in a relationship with, and then we give you feedback. You come back. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes it doesn't. And then we give you further feedback about how to shift, how to make it go better. And what we're ultimately helping you do is learn how to inspire a man into coaching you, into communicating in this way, into becoming me, essentially, right? Be your femininity coach. You can learn how to do that, but you need a foundation. You need to understand the real basics and intermediate level of feminine communication to be able to do that. Otherwise, you're going to keep co-creating these situations where you're feeling anxious, you're feeling jealous, you're feeling angry, you're feeling sad because of things that your man is doing or not doing, and you don't know how to shift it. Because you're not in your self-worth, you're not in your feminine energy. If you're interested in working with us and finding out more about how we can help you, go to the description below and go through the links. It's called thedreamrelationship.com. All of my offers are in the description below. And this one, thedreamrelationship.com, it's going to show you what we do in our academy program, how we help women. If you're not fully ready for that, then another thing you can do is join our next masterclass. Our masterclasses will show you the communication as well. We'll role play it for you. We'll show you what it looks like. We'll show you what it feels like so that you really start to get it, so you understand what I'm talking about. PolarityMasterclass.com, that is in the description as well. So go to the description, click on a link, start learning this stuff, start changing your life. It's fully up to you. Now go do it.